Hello YouTube artist, I'm Kelly Hernig and welcome to In the Studio. Today we're going to be exploring the importance of a sketchbook and the journey of yourself. The reason why is I came across this sketchbook from 1996. I know it's such a long time. It's probably one of my first really full sketchbooks, and I want to show you how this turned into this and kind of came around full circle. And you'll see what I mean as we get started. So let me get this one open and we'll dive right in. This sketchbook here is from November 1996. And it was just when I became a full-time artist. And I was working in toll painting or doing patterns in books and magazines. A lot has changed, but a lot is really the same. And I found that interesting when I came across this. My first sketchbooks are really a lot more writing than they are sketching. Here's just a simple sketch, but here's the writing that goes along with it. I used to take notes all the time, wherever I was, or if I found anything that excited me, that was what I tried to capture in there. So a lot of ideas, a lot of planning, a lot of everything went into the sketchbook. And I used it more like a working journal. I took it everywhere that I went, and if I had any downtime or if I was sitting in traffic or at a restaurant and I thought of something, I wrote it down. It's pretty full, and I like the way that I used to do things. You know, I talk about thumbnail sketches and changing shapes, the design, the center of interest, color, that kind of thing. And it's just really interesting seeing my old self here. I used to do things on tracing paper, and I still do today. It's one of my favorite ways to do a design, to work through it. There's thumbnail sketches. If you don't know what a thumbnail is, they're really sketches that are about as big as a thumb. That's where the idea comes from. These are pretty detailed. Usually my thumbnails don't look like that today. I'll get into that. I talk about seeing. What do you notice? Do you notice lines and texture, color, shapes? What is important to you? Here's a design I was working through. So here's a smaller version to a bigger version. Adding more ribbon. Some Christmas designs. And so on and so on, keeping myself motivated. What can I use? What can I get inspired by? And you just see it's page after page after page. And I love the way that this worked out. It's very full, and it really brings me back to starting my art career. And I'm so glad I found this. I thought I had lost it. It was buried deep in a box. And I tried to put as much detail as I could in here. So I included colors or shapes or whatever surface I saw it on or whatever I saw it being used as. So this was my first sketchbook really that I put a lot of ideas into. And then I went to this sketchbook. This sketchbook here is from 2018. It's a little Moleskine, and I was doing urban sketching at this time, and I was trying to see if I liked it. I joined an urban sketching group, and we had a lot of meetups in Chicago, and I tried to do my supplies and colors, and there's palettes in here. This is all my Daniel Smiths. I keep a log of how I buy them and when I buy them. It's just a way to keep me informed on what I have. You can see this is just a window from Brian's Florist, but I love the coloration. Now, when I first started urban sketching, I really was trying to catch the concept and be loose and airy and not be really tight. And that's what this is offering me here. You can see I was just finding stuff in the windows that I really liked and concentrated on that. I tried not to give too much time or effort into it. I was trying to just capture it loosely and on the go kind of thing. I was at a botanical garden. This was a class I was working on. This was a planter with a little goat. Look how cute the goat is. For me, a sketchbook is a journal. a diary of you and your ideas, plain and simple. We're all different. We all have different ways that we want to represent things, different ideas, different shapes, what inspires us. So that was journal number 2. From there, I started wanting to capture more about my creative journey. So this big book here has 2019 in it, 2019 and 2020. This is a giant Moleskine. I love this giant book. I have done several classes on this. This is actually a class I call Big Journal, and it was about capturing myself and what's happening in my creative world with items. So I've got, some are drawings, some are photographs. I did a photograph a week, so I have 52 separate photographs in here. I tried to write down what was going on in my world at this time. I used magazines to help me fill the spaces because this journal was so big. I went from this one to this one, and you can see, let me back you out here so you can actually see the space difference. I mean, look how tiny this is, and look how gigantic this is. You can see it's a big deal. So finding these magazines gave me comfort that I could pull something together and not have to do everything by hand like this. I was just looking and capturing my creative life with pictures and in a quick way. So January covered this page, this page, this page, and then February. So you can see it's 6 full pages, and I had a lot going on, and I wanted to really remember that. What a sketchbook does too is it offers the benefit of freedom to explore, experiment, play, dream, practice, write, journal, brainstorm, create, and so much more. I mean, you see all these pages, they're all a little different. And it really just depends on your mood, the day of the week, and what you want to explore. Here I wanted to do some pen and ink. I found that I was really liking pen and ink, and I was trying different things. This is a page out of my own sketchbook. Remember, in a sketchbook, there are no rules. You get to use it the way that you see fit. Everyone's sketchbook is personal. I want you to remember that. No two look alike. No two of mine even look alike. Every year I'm growing and just challenging myself to do something a little different. And from this book here, which was capturing my creative life by the month, I then went into 2023, capturing my months day by day. So this became the class Circle of Delight, 1 object a day. So this circle is divided into 8, so in half and then in half again. So they make a little pie shape here. And inside the pie shape, I added 4 things per pie. So this was 1 through 4. So there's a rose because I had some grocery store roses. There's a pencil in there. There's some pretty leaves, and then some new slippers. It's that simple. I tried to make it playful, where I was figuring out my style a little bit more. I wanted it to be a little more whimsical, a little more playful, less realistic. And this exercise here gave me 390 pieces in 1 year, which was just fantastic because I got to play with color. You'll see this is fairly green because it's winter here. Then we go into February. I'm letting a little more pink and a little softer colors come in. This was March. I went on vacation and I went to Florida. So you can see all the vacation things and the shells and the swimmers, and it's just got a lighter color feel. And then we've got April here where it's spring flowers. So we've got a lot of little things in the yard popping up. And I just love the way that that looks. And then we've got May, Mother's Day, and so on. It just keeps going. It's a great thing to do because it gets you thinking outside the box, and I love that. And then from here, because I enjoyed creating daily, I went to something like this. This is a concertina book that, if you don't know what that means, it is a giant sketchbook that's connected page for page for page. They just keep unfolding. And this is my class Found and Curated. And you can see that it starts here and then it just keeps going. Each page connects to the next. And what this book did for me is it made me think about the story and connectivity and being ever evolving, ever changing, yet still sticking with something that flows really nice. I love design. I like to pick flow and movement and texture and see how one page can morph into the next. This was actually 2 different months, but they connected as one. And not only did I do art on the front side, but I also have a working journal in the back, which connects me again to my very first journal. This is my thoughts. This is how I want to structure the book. This is the colors that I'm using. These are what my thumbnails look like now. You can see they're more about movement and line and figuring out what the objects are going to be later. That is how my thumbnails have evolved. Sketchbooks have changed my life in so many ways. They challenge me to grow. They make me think outside the box. They dare me to be myself and find courage while doing that. I just want you to think about that. Dare to be yourself and find the courage while doing it. Finding successes within every failure, yet giving the confidence to keep going. Developing a style that suits me at this moment of time, yet accepting the need to change and evolve. For me, as an artist, I love changing. I love evolving. I like getting better or being different and thinking outside the box. And for me, that is what each and every one of these sketchbooks have done for me. They're all different. The sizes are different. The shapes are different. But the one thing that remains the same is me. It's the journey of myself from 1996 to today, 2024. Can you think of anything better than seeing your evolution as an artist in sketchbooks throughout all the years that you've been doing art? You matter. Your creative life matters. I want to encourage you to just open it, start writing in it, start painting in it, put your thoughts, put everything into it, and just be okay with it. There's no judgment. You have permission to just be yourself. And sometimes we need to hear that. If you were inspired by today's journey, please like, comment, or subscribe. Thanks so much for watching.